everyone, welcome to another video on our YouTube channel. Today we are kicking it off with an aerobic piece. I tend to do this 3 to 4 times a week, and that can last roughly around anything from 20 minutes to even an hour. And you know, sometimes we focus on heart rate, sometimes we just focus on particular paces, and just like to change it up a little bit like that. Do I do conditioning before my strength? Well, I think it really depends on the time of the season and everything, and we change it up, to be honest. So, and I mean, my T-Fitness guys, they will definitely know what I mean when, you know, some days we'll have a strength piece where we're doing complexes or squats or snatches, clean and jerks, and then we will go into our conditioning pieces. But then also we want to, you know, do our lifting under fatigue as well. So sometimes Shane will program a conditioning piece and then doing our strength pieces as well. So it really kind of just changes up and is a little different each day. So my favorite machine would probably have to be the bike erg. It'd be out of the bike erg or the rower. Yeah, I feel like on a rower, when you start doing it regularly, you can just feel really fit, and I see so much progress in my fitness when I'm on the rower. And I think, you know, I definitely feel the same on the concept. But the great thing about the row is you're using both upper and lower body, whereas the bike erg, you're only using the lower body. The longest I've ever rode would have been at the games for the marathon row. That was definitely by far the longest. I think prior to that would have been like 10k
on the what?
On the row, the longest I'd ever rode before, prior to the marathon.
One straight row would be, yeah.
Would I rather do calories or meters? Oof. I think calories. Yeah, I think calories for sure. Short distance or long distance? I think in a workout, short distance, because you can just go as hard as you can and then get straight on to the next movement. But then when it comes to just purely rowing by itself, I think I would prefer long distance, because typically I'll get more rest in between intervals or like through that session. I think like one of the ones that we've done, and even Shane, I remember like Shane was rolling around on the ground for 45 minutes, no joke. And it was like, I think it was like 30-second all-out sprints for like 6 rounds or something like that, with really like minimal rest. And just like going all out on the assault bike is just, it's so gnarly. And especially with short amount of rest, like the lactic acid buildup through that workout was just, it was sickening. Like you could just feel so sick. And I remember Shane was like saying how like he couldn't feel his legs, and he was just like super lightheaded. And I would have 100% like almost vomited like through, at least halfway through that. That was horrible. So between sessions, like I'll typically just sit down, watch some TV. I actually will either just stretch a little bit, just in case like my morning session felt like that I was a little tight in the hamstrings or something. And then I also will, you know, throw my Normatex on and just lay down and just watch some trashy TV. So, you know, at the moment I think I'm watching Dead to Me, and it's just a good laugh, and you know, just something that I don't have to think about. And I sometimes actually forget to eat, and so sometimes like Shane will have to be like, all right, you know, make sure that you eat between your sessions, just to fuel the body. Because I know sometimes, you know, all I think of is like I'll train and then I'll just want to like chill out. And so I walk straight in the door, take my shoes off and lay straight on the floor. And he's like, hey, have you eaten? And I was like, oh, no. And I like look at him as in like, you want to make me something? Tiger King was one of those things like I didn't even hear about it on social media or anything, and Shane may have actually, but we flicked it on, we're like, oh, what's that? And we watched like the first episode, and I was a little intrigued because I was thinking like, how did this person get like a documentary filmed about him and his life and it be out on Netflix? And the more we got into it, the more I just felt really weird and awkward watching it. And so after the first episode, I like got up and Shane kind of stayed in and started watching like the second episode in, and I could hear what everyone was talking about on the show. And like every now and then I'd pop my head over, like just curious to see like, you know, what do these people look like after hearing their voices? And from then on I was like, nah, I'm done. Like I can't even comprehend like their thought process. And so when I went to train the next day and I asked Matt if he heard anything about like Tiger King, he reckons he couldn't stop watching it. He was addicted, and I actually got him to like explain to me like what happened, because I was curious of like how it's all played out, and I was so amazed that Carol Baskin was not in jail. Like to me that just is like, how did that even get past the law? And he just loved it. He reckons he could not have put that down. Like he couldn't have turned it off, and he reckons that I think he watched it all the way through and like finished it at like 3 a.m. in the morning. So just fueling the body and going to sit down and watch some TV right now before heading into the gym to do another session. And this afternoon I have another conditioning piece out on the track where we're going to be doing some 400s and some handstand walks. So I'll see you out there. Hey, so we're about to go to the track. This is how we get there. We one wheel.
2 wheels.
And see you there.
Now I elevate.
We're at the track. We're going to be doing some 200s and some 400s. So to start off with, I'll do a 400 meter jog, and then to do some drills I'll also you know, try and loosen up the ankles a little bit, circulate them, and then things that I really like to focus on and that really help me is just stretching, like doing dynamic stretches. So I'll do leg swings holding on to something. I also do them not just straight on, but I'll do them like side on as well, just really trying to open up the hip. I'll also do some scoops, so I'm really trying to like stretch out the hamstring. I do some lunges and lean across the knee out in front. That really helps the hip flexors and getting them open. I like to do open the gates, so a nice big wide circle and then down. And I make sure that I do these dynamic movements on both sides as well. So I'll go up one way, come back another. I probably only go up to the 10 meter mark, and then I'll walk back and I'll do that and I'll do each of them probably 2 to 3 times. Once I've done that, I'd like to do some run-throughs, so, and they're just build-ups. So basically I'll run to like the 60 meter mark, and I'll start off nice running start, build up and increase, you know, every say 10 to 20 meters, just trying to find that speed. Every session is different, so you know, some days I'll just be doing jogs and I don't necessarily have to work on my speed, but it is good to kind of think about foot positioning and, you know, where my foot is landing and where I'm driving off of, so that I'm ensuring that I'm getting that power that I require as well. I don't necessarily want to give up, even if it's like really hurting, because I think I've been able to build such a foundation when it comes to track work and running, and I know how to handle my paces and my breathing. Don't get me wrong, when it's like the start of the season and you're kind of getting back into the running, you're kind of having to remember and think, oh, that's right, this is what it feels like. But I just know how much fitter I'm getting by doing it, so it's just, I kind of embrace it. Alright guys, so we just got done our track session. It was a beautiful day, so we thought that we would get out in the sunshine, and it really delivered. I hope you enjoyed it all. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Make sure, you know, no question is a silly question, and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.